Miss Eilish here. I never thought I'd miss the studio so much. So I wanted to take you guys through a few ab exercises that anyone can do. My recommendation is try the exercise for 20 seconds, go through all of the exercises, and just call it a day with that. If you find that they're a little too easy and you want to ramp it up some, add 10 more seconds or 20 more seconds. Take it at your pace. The main thing we want to encourage you guys is to try to get quality over quantity. As I always tell my kids students, you want to make it look nice rather than go through it 50 times and have it look awful. Like, oh yeah, will that be awful? Yeah, exactly. So the first thing we're going to do is just hold plank. So like say, do it for like 20 seconds. So you can do it up high or you can do it down on your forearms. The main thing you want is for your back to be straight, whether it's up high or down low. And if you want to swap between the two for 20 seconds, that's all you want to do. So you want to hold it for 20 seconds. The other one you want to do is you want to do just basic sit-ups. So when you get about here in your sit-up, your legs start taking over, which is fine. But if you want to focus only on the abs, on your core, then you want to get about here and just call it. And just sit up and do it at whatever pace you need. If you need to throw your arms to be able to sit up, you're welcome to do that as well. When you're first starting sit-ups, especially with, like, say, my kids, I tell them practice by putting your feet under, like, a sofa or a bed, or having someone hold your feet down. While this does work your hip flexor a bit more than your abs, it's good practice, and it helps kind of encourage you to be able to do it better. So like I say, if you need to throw your arms to be able to sit up, throw your arms to be able to sit up. White belts, to get to the yellow belt level, you need to be able to do 5 sit-ups. If you're able to do 10, good for you. If 5 is a challenge, work it until it is less of a challenge, or not quite a challenge anymore. Do what you gotta do. So just doing basic sit-ups, only coming to about here, thinking about reaching your nose up to the ceiling. For those of you who may want an extra challenge, Blaine Howell, hi Blaine, encouraged to grab your lapels or grab your shirt, and it somehow makes it that much harder. If you don't want that extra challenge, you don't have to do it. This is all at your pace. Everyone's stuck inside. Do what you can. The next one we're going to do, again, mentioning Blaine Howell, freedom twists. Most people call them Russian twists. So you're going to get that lean back and feel that ab engaging. And you can have your feet off the floor or have them on the floor. It's up to you. I know some people with their tailbone or with their lower back, they're like, I don't think I can balance here. That's fine. Do what you can do. And you're just going to twist from side to side. With these, I'd say much like the sit-ups, you go for a number. Personally, I can do 20 and not really feel that much of it. But again, listen to your body and what it's telling you. Go hit the point where it's going, yeah, we're actually working. And maybe go 5 more and then call it a day. So those are some nice twists going on. Again, if you want the bonus of having your feet off the floor, it adds a little bit more to your core because you're having to stabilize. Okay, so those are 3 basic ones. Another one we can do are leg lifts, and I tend to have my hands on my lower back when I do this. I'm laying flat back, and I'm having my legs straight up in the air, and they're going to come down slowly. I don't want my feet to touch the floor, but I do want my legs to be straight. If you can only make it here, that's fine. You're working your abs. And just do a few of these. Okay? So that's 4 lovely exercises. The reason I'm counting is because generally what I do are 5-minute abs, which are 5 ab exercises, each done for an entire minute. It's an idea. It's something you can do. Another exercise for abs, I don't always feel it in my abs, but maybe some people will, is laying on your stomach, and you're thinking of having your chest and your legs off the floor. You're thinking about doing like a little wind-up swimmer toy to get the extra arm and leg workout, but you're just kind of balancing here and not touching the floor. My kids always love to be like Superman or Powerpuff Girls or what have you. Okay, so that's the basic one there. We have another one, which again, if you can't balance like this, well, pick a different exercise. We'll be doing what we call rowboats, which is just this, going back and forth. I actually just held this position last night for a full minute while I was watching Jeopardy. If you got time, use it. Another ab exercises are side crunches. So if you lay on your side, and I know the camera's kind of awkward, I'm on my elbow, and I'm thinking of coming up to my elbow here, or excuse me, coming up on my side. Explaining this poorly, I apologize. So I'm coming here. I tend to lock my feet so they don't go crazy because they can't figure out what to do with themselves. So I tend to cross my feet and just do a couple of these on one side and then switch sides while I'm here. So I've got my arm out and I've got my hand on the back of my head. Try not to grab your head. That can put unnecessary force on your neck. You just kind of want to have your hand back here so you have a place for your knees to try to, or your knee rather, to try to touch your elbow. If you only get about here, then so be it. These are fun. We do these in Robert's class on Wednesdays, which I dearly miss. But those are just a few ab exercises you can go through on your own. Like I said, if it's one that's holding it, go for 20 seconds. If you feel that's a little too, hate to say easy, but if it's not challenging enough, then add on 10 seconds the next day. The main thing you want to try to do, and this is speaking from my experience also, is be consistent. I have like nothing to do, but I still put off doing the stuff that I'm like, hey, I should probably do some ab workouts, but I really don't want to. I at least don't have the extra motivation to try to keep going. I generally need other people around me to do this. So if it helps you, and if you feel like doing it, though I'm sure everyone would hate to do it, film yourself doing them. Post in the comments of this video how many you got up to. Try to keep yourself accountable. With Mr. Phil's thing with the legs, with the leg workout, he sent a PDF of a whole sheet. If you want to make a sheet yourself or just write it down with that sheet, go for it. For some reason, when we start writing things down, it becomes like a collect them all kind of thing. You want to complete it. And when you complete it, you're like, well, now what? I guess I'll go on the other side. Don't know why, but it works that way. And sure, maybe every day you don't end up doing them, but you want to try. This will help a lot for when you do get to come back outside and everyone gets to be together again. I know I'm dearly missing all of my students and all of my friends. So the only other thing I have to say for this particular video is stretching afterwards. This particular stretch I never feel until I've just done an ab exercise. So you want to lay flat on your stomach, and you're going to have your hands at about your shoulders, and you're going to lift back. Like I say, I have to have just done abs to be able to feel it in my abs. Generally end up feeling it in my lower back, which I know isn't very good. If you do feel it in your lower back, you can think about bringing your hands forward some. That'll change where the stretch is, but mostly you want to get this nice stretch backwards. Sometimes I lean over the arm of my sofa because it's nice and rounded, and I'll just lean back and it'll get these muscles to stretch without having the extra pressure on my lower back. If you find a way to do that, that is really helpful. If you just think about lacing your fingers together, reaching up, and then leaning back, that can help too. And that also gets these. But you want to do this for a few seconds, and then be on your knees and reach forward, and that'll help lengthen your back and stretch. So, good luck.